to Learn project. We're here today on the north coast of Trinidad in the village of Las Cuevas.
Would that give you a flat, round shape? Aaron, are you looking for any shape that will give you a flat, round look? How many persons? Look, he has one. I have a few here. Look, another one. Look at that one. The use of the resources, it has helped the students to become more involved in the classroom activities, in that because they are posted, I'm able to post the different resources for the day in different areas in the classroom. They are able to go and interact with it. It has helped with teaching concept lessons. That's one of the things that is lacking up here, that the children don't understand basic, simple concepts. So when you say, for instance, addition, what does that mean to them? It is just vague. They don't have an idea. But when they see the material and it's put to use, where you bring the things together, you count them up and you get more than what you had at the beginning, they understood the concept of addition. So I would say the resources are helping the children to interact with the environment a little more than just sitting and listening, and it has helped them to grasp concepts, particularly in mathematics.
The problems I had with these students is that accessing proper equipment or proper tools for the children to actually see, like for example, like the nets of shapes, as for example. In the past, before BG had helped us, assist us with the nets and so on, yes, you could show them on pen and paper, you show it on a blackboard. The problem was, sometimes when you cut it, you make your nets. When you do it, you're making one for the children. They actually see. The problem with the children now, when they actually start to bend and fold paper, some of them will bend it uneven. They won't get it correct. When they open it now and they put it back together, because you're opening your nets, when you put it back together, the shape, you're not getting the proper shape. Some children start to feel, a little down, so you have to encourage them, they say, well, okay, well, that is all part of learning. But with BG now, when they brought in these nets of shape, it made it easy. They was able just to show them the shape, the complete shape. The children was amazed at it because I did it like a play with them, a game. And as they opened, they realized, well, wait, sir, the same question we saw on the SCA paper. So look at it right here, because they actually see it, the hands-on, they was able to open, close it, put it back together.
It lends itself to a more interesting lesson, and because of the volume of information contained in it, we are able to explore almost, if it's one topic, you're able to explore all the different areas surrounding that topic. You're able to integrate it because it's a computer lesson, it's a science lesson, it's also reading because they have to read along with the math axiom or follow. So it's very beneficial to them.
What more do you see?
Right. We have noticed that the lessons, they are more geared towards the higher levels, like seniors. The level of reading the content material. And now that I'm in standard 1, I would like to see something for their level, because I attempted to do it with a standard 1 class and it was very difficult. I had to keep breaking down, if it's things like precipitation, to explain it in detail so that they would understand it, that sort of thing. So we need materials suitable for infants and juniors that we don't have. In terms of DVDs, also internet access. If we could get that, that would be great as a spin-off, as a follow-up to the lessons, because there are a lot of websites we could go on and do a lot more stuff. And the DVD itself is not interactive. So we would like to get some more interactive material.
Beginning to learn is one thing. Learning to read is quite another. This project is about creating literature-rich environment in these schools on the North Coast. Environments rich in concrete materials and mathematics for concept development. Environments rich with multimedia materials. Environments rich with books. Environments rich with materials that make children want to run to school and not run home after school.
gives the children that bond between just the numbers on the board, especially in maths, just the numbers on the board, and to actually, for example, in fractions, you know, as we have the pizza pieces, so they can say, instead of saying the pizza was shared, you can actually show them the pizza shared into pieces, so it brings that real life aspect to it than just numbers on the board. Also, I love the shapes. There's a covered shapes where you can cover. I can't remember the name right now. That one, I love it because you can do, because when I learned it, you would say like a quarter, but they would leave out the other quarter, but they have 4 quarters. So you could have like, show them 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters, instead of just teaching them 1 quarter, and they could count each piece as they remove and uncover and return back the pieces. So I love it in maths mostly, and also the Millie and Molly for HFLE. The HFLE, I like it because sometimes little things might be different to what they are accustomed with at home, and they might contradict. So it gives them a chance to discuss and say, well, yes, it's so, it's not so. And why it's not so? Because it had one aspect, they said it was not respect. It had this, I can't remember the exact Millie and Molly, but they said that what the child did was not respect, and that book was based on respect. But they said that what was on that page was not respect, it was helping an old person. So it was being helpful. So, and well, it gave me the opportunity to bridge the two things.
I found that the equipment was relevant to the themes that as we say strands in the mathematics areas. So that when we were dealing with certain topics like fractions, we had the necessary equipment that would help the children interact, and that is when they do the concrete, and then we were able to move from the concrete to the abstract using the equipment, because they were able to see hands-on what actually, and what I was making the example reference to fractions, exactly how to convert fractions, how to make equivalent fractions, how to compare fractions. So I had that example. In the other areas, I found it was very helpful too with students. I had at that time the standard 3 class, and I had an aha experience with some of the materials. So I found it to be very helpful and aided a lot in the teaching and delivery of my content area in the mathematics. And in terms of languages, the children had a lot of fun, especially some of the books were done comic book style. And a lot of the boys found that the adventure series with I can't remember the gentleman's name at the moment, but they found that they were able to relate, because they were sometimes you can't get the idea of a volcano because we don't really have active volcanoes in this country, but they were able to see the volcanic eruptions, and they were able to see how, and he was talking about how we could interact with volcanoes, so that they were able to get that, and it helped a lot too in terms of health and family life education, because some of the books dealt with how behavior should be carried out, and a lot of the children were able to see, and we were to have discussions on the use and how to behave in a classroom, right? So in terms of maths, languages, and because as I mentioned, that means that it went across the curriculum, because the languages was used to be able to interact with other subjects, science and social studies.
Is a room where the equipments can be set up in advance and permanently stay there, so that we can bring the children to the room. For instance, if I am inefficient in using, let's say, the computer or a projector, if it's already set up, it will help both the teachers and the students. One, teachers who are well equipped in that area would be willing to assist you because things are already put in place.
In terms of equipment, I should say, it had a little flaw. As a teacher, I find it had a little flaw with it. For example, I could go back again with the nets. When you put the nets together, when you take the shape and they put it apart, you get the net. Putting them back together now, they use scotch tape and so on. The problem was, to put it back together, you had to use back the tape. When you put back the tape now, the children next round, so they open it back, it started to tear the equipment. And I'm talking about the structure, what the material they make it of. it should have been the equipment should have been made with a material that was easily, it could have take wear and tear. Because by the time I got it, it had already, it seemed that it was already used about a year old, and really and truly it was just used probably about a week.
Before to now, I'm in standard 3. And from before to now, it was lots of chalk and talk. Blackboard and just chalk, and we try and hope they try and get the concept. But what I have noticed with the introduction of the BG, PT, those resources on them have helped a lot, because just for example, like this term, the children have used to be getting a lot of trouble in understanding the concept of volume, because we didn't have the shape. You know, now we have the shapes and where they could see the nets when you're unmounted, because all the time we just used to have it on the board, draw a net, draw the cube, or draw the cube ball, but now we can actually unfold the resources that BG provided. So they'll naturally see the nets on them in terms of the volume, how a net is built up, how the cube and the cube ball are made up, and how they could...
British Gas, Reading to Learn is not about simply learning to read. It is about lifelong learning and learning for life.